What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. And today we're gonna go over 10 things South Park wants you to forget about. And let's get straight on the video with number 10, the 11th hour jitters. So coming in at number 10 is one that Trey Parker, the co-creator of South Park, wanted you to forget about at the time of the airing. The episode Make Love, Not Warcraft of season 10 is now considered one of the most memorable episodes of their entire run that almost didn't make it on the air. The routine for the creation of every season is that they work on each episode of a period of 6 days, from the brainstorming to the delivery of the finished product to the broadcasters, which is sometimes minutes before air. In an interview with SBS2 Australia's The Feed, Parker had this to say about the day before it was supposed to air. Every Tuesday, Matt and Ann know they have to talk to me off the cliff. Every show, I'm like, this is a horrible show. I don't want anyone to see it. There's one episode we did, it was the first show of the season, and I'm like, I've lost it. I don't know how to do this anymore. I was like, please, I was begging Ann, do not let this go on the air, because I don't want the South Park legacy to be ruined, and this show is going to ruin it, because it's so bad and I'm just feeling terrible. We just ended up going with it on air, and I went home so depressed and couldn't sleep, and I got there the next day and they're like, dude, people really like that show, and it was a show about the World of Warcraft. Number 9, the Terrence and Philip April Fool's prank. In the show's infancy, the season 1 finale ended with a cliffhanger. The entire episode revolved around the identity of Cartman's father, ranging from Mr. Garrison to John Elway and the 1998 Denver Broncos. The final moments ended with a 70s whodunit scenario, and for you to tune into the next season, which was 2 months away at the time. The second season premiere came with fans anxiously awaiting to find out who the father was. Funny enough though, the episode also happened to air on April Fools of the year. What viewers expected to be an episode of South Park turned into 30 minutes of Terrence and Philip, the imaginary television show the kids on South Park watched. Basically, itchy and scratchy but unbearable. There was backlash immediately following the airing of the episode. Over 2,000 fans wrote letters into the show demanding they air the real episode. Matt Stone, the other half of the creative duo, had this to say about the outrage. If you get that pissed off because you don't know who a little construction paper kid's father is, then there's something really wrong with you. Diane Wirtz of Newsday also insinuated that because of the slap to the face of the fans, they would permanently lose a good percentage of their fan base. I guess time really told her differently. Number 8, killing Kenny. For over 80 episodes, poor Kenny would at some point be horrendously killed off, followed by Kyle Stan screaming, "You killed Kenny, you bastards!" It became one of those things that came hand in hand when talking about the show. What different way to kill Kenny off this week? As funny as it was for a while, it just became stale, and after a while, just a waste of a minute that creators could have thrown into the plot. In 2002, they finally decided to lay Kenny to rest. During the season 5 episode titled Kenny Dies, he brutally passes away to a disease. Matt Stone had this to say in a 2002 interview with Knoxville News. "I couldn't care less. I'm so sick of that character." While fans were upset about the loss of a staple character in the show, it paved the way for a new mainstay in the group, known as Butters. At this point, after 20 years of South Park, it's safe to say Butters is one of the most beloved characters in the show's entire run. No worries though, during season 6 they had a change of heart and gradually slipped Kenny back into the show. Number 7, real life kick a ginger. In season 9, Cartman begins the episode rallying people against the ginger population, which is a word redheads frown upon. During the course of the episode, Cartman is convinced that he himself is actually a ginger, which in turn leads Cartman into leading a ginger revolt. While being a popular episode, it seeped over into reality. In 2005, it inspired a group of kids at an academy in Yorkshire to have a Kick a Ginger Day as seen in the episode. Parents of the discriminated students launched a Facebook group protesting the offending students in an attempt to end the bullying. One mother pulled her 13-year-old son from school until she could be assured that the discrimination would stop, saying, "My son rang me and said kids were kicking him, saying it was National Kick a Ginger Day. He was so scared, so I went to get him out of school." One father was disgusted with the way students treated his 13-year-old daughter based on her hair color and reported that she received bruised legs from beatings. Number 6, missing a deadline. In 2013, the creators missed their first and only deadline in handing in an episode in time for air. As captured during the filming of their documentary, 6 Days Till Air, they suffered a power outage and weren't able to finish it on time. Trey Parker said in a statement, "It sucks to miss an air date, but after all these years of tempting fate by delivering the show last minute, I guess it was bound to happen." For the process they take in creating an episode, I'd say a 240 episode streak is extremely impressive. Executive producer Ann Garfino explains, "I think one of the reasons they do South Park at the last minute is because they always think they're going to find something funnier if they don't put it down until the very last minute." Number 5, The Death of Chef. In the season 10 premiere entitled The Return of Chef came just after it was learned that Isaac Hayes, featured character Chef on the series, would not be returning anymore. It was said that the creators and Isaac Hayes, a Scientologist, had a falling out on their treatment of Scientology during the episode Trapped in the Closet. Hayes released a statement saying, "There's a place in the world for satire, but there is a time when satire ends and intolerance and bigotry towards religious beliefs of others begins." Many found it hypocritical, being as the show treated Scientology no differently than any other religion they had made fun of in the past. During the course of the premiere, Chef's lines are edited together from past episodes to make up dialogue to send off his character. Throughout the episode, it is learned that an organization of pedophiles have brainwashed Chef, and that's why he hasn't been himself. It ends with the beloved character falling off a bridge and becoming mortally impaled by a branch. He's then mauled and torn apart by a mountain lion and a grizzly bear. Many fans felt like this was a bit insensitive, even more so following Isaac Hayes' death not long after. In an interview with Billboard in 2016, Isaac Hayes' son stated that he didn't quit the show, but since he was in bad health, someone else quit for him. Number 4, Depicting Muhammad. During the season 10 episodes Cartoon Wars Part 1 and 2, South Park set out to show the differences in their show and Family Guy after becoming tired of all the comparisons that they felt were unjust. The plot centered around Fox News airing a segment on how people were outraged that Family Guy was airing a depiction of the Islamic prophet Muhammad. The first episode ends on a cliffhanger, asking viewers to tune in next week to see if they actually show them uncensored. When it came time to actually air the episode, Comedy Central backed down, and the actual South Park broadcast itself ran a black screen that read, "Comedy Central has refused to broadcast an image of Muhammad on their network instead of the scene containing Muhammad's depiction." Number 3, revolving the most recent season around Donald Trump. While many magazines have been bold to say South Park's 20th season was a failure and Trey Parker and Matt Stone know it, it appears that the creators have backed themselves into a corner. During a recent podcast with Bill Simmons, Matt Stone and Trey Parker discussed the difficulties in putting together the most recent season. Originally, they had molded the main plot point around the season around Hillary Clinton winning the presidency and how great it would be to shape jokes around Bill Clinton being the first man. Well, that all changed on election night when Donald Trump ended up being the leader of the United States. The biggest issue for them at this point was that it was Tuesday night turning into Wednesday morning, and they had just wrapped an episode around Hillary winning the election. With less than 24 hours till that night, they had to completely recreate the episode to fit Donald Trump winning. The issue for them is that they pigeonholed themselves into Mr. Garrison's Donald Trump plotline. As time went on, they admitted they were excited for the season to end because they were tired of the Trump jokes, as they felt it was low-hanging fruit at the point. Number 2, Tom Cruise and Scientology. Earlier, we touched on Isaac Hayes' departure from the show, and it was all due to the episode Trapped in the Closet. The entire episode involves Tom Cruise inside of Stan's bedroom closet, and he refuses to come out. Many shots were taken at whether or not he was a homosexual and the Church of Scientology. Cruise has a history of rumors as to his sexuality, and some speculated whether Cruise could sue South Park. Eventually, the controversy developed into what some have called Closetgate. The episode was scheduled to rebroadcast on March 15, 2006 on Comedy Central, but the broadcast was cancelled without prior notice and was replaced with Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls. Representatives of Comedy Central insist that the episode was changed as a tribute to Isaac Hayes following his departure from the show 2 days earlier. Rumors began to circulate that Tom Cruise would pull out of his press obligations for Mission Impossible 3 if Paramount Pictures' parent company Viacom, who also owns Comedy Central, didn't pull the repeat of the episode. In retaliation for the show, fans of South Park threatened to not attend Mission Impossible if they didn't air the episode Trapped in the Closet. Number 1, the entire first 3 seasons. While the creators do say they have fond memories of the old days, Parker has said that he wouldn't cry too hard if the first 48 episodes were wiped from history. In an interview, he went on further to say, if I had to permanently erase anything from the library, it would basically be anything before season 4. It just was embarrassing to watch. Okay, we were like 26 or 27, but it's like, really? We thought that was funny? We thought that was well written? Oh my god, this is terrible. While it sounds like a case of just being modest, there are many message boards filled with complaints about how they wished they didn't go back for repeat viewings. From production quality to the sound of their voices, it seems like it was something that needed years of fine tuning to just get right. I'd say from 3 months to make an episode whittled down to 6 days is all the proof you need to see the positives in nurturing an idea and giving it room to grow. And that is it for the video, guys. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at Valenplana, and I'll see you all later.